What's up guys, Ryan here. Did you know that you can track your heart rate recovery with your Galaxy Watch Ultra? Heart rate recovery simply means how fast your HRV drops down to your resting heart rate after you finish your exercise. And generally speaking, the faster it drops, the healthier and more fit you are. But to do this measurement, you need to make sure you stay still or preferably sit down for 2 minutes after you finish tracking your workout on the watch. And to see this, you need to head over to the app, then find the exercise that you've done, then tap heart rate zones and scroll down to the relevant section. Your watch has a siren function that will create a very high-pitched sound, and it's really loud. So in some emergency situations, this can be very useful. To use this feature, press and hold the action button for 5 seconds. Most people never turn off their watch, so they never tap this shutdown icon. But look, when I do it, you can see it's also a shortcut for other things. For example, a siren and emergency calls, and also if you wear gloves and want to use the watch, you can quickly turn on the touch sensitivity from here instead of going through the settings every time. If you enjoy outdoor adventures, you can use your Watch Ultra's route functions for navigation and tracing back to where you started, so you would never get lost. But this is nowhere to be found as a standalone app or anything like that, and the only way to get access to this feature is by going all the way down to the right, then add tiles and finding route. Then tap add on phone and continue on the phone. Then either import your GPX file or create a sample route and customize it to your liking. Then on the watch you can start the activity and tap once on the map and use the virtual rotating bezel to zoom in and out. Then at the end swipe right, then settings, then tap track back to find your way back to your starting point. Now let me show you how you can customize your watch face to its fullest. Tap and hold your current watch face, then tap customize. Now each watch face is actually different and they have all their own limitations. But for example, this specific watch face has a compass. So if I swipe up, then that goes away, and it actually might help with battery life just slightly. Then if I swipe left, I can customize the style, and with another swipe, I can change the colors of that specific style. And since this is a hybrid watch face, I can also change the style of the hands. But here's the cool thing. Some Galaxy Watch Ultra's watch faces, not all, but some have a night mode feature that turns the watch face into red scale at night for good visibility and improved battery life. Now this watch face is one of them, and right in here, instead of the default auto mode, you can turn it on or off on demand. After this, it's just about customizing complications. Complications are essentially data fields that you can customize based on the things that are the most important to you. For example, maybe instead of the days of the week, you want to have a moon phase or something else that you want to know about at a glance. And this next one is a pretty simple one, but I've seen people making the mistake of seeing a data field or complication and wanting to see more details and go to the tiles or apps to see what they want. But just as a reminder, you can see the details of any of the complications we have on your watch face just by tapping it. You're going to like this next tip. I want you to listen carefully to this watch. Do you hear that? That sounds like a real analog mechanical watch. So this tip will make your Galaxy Watch Ultra truly stand out from the crowd. It's kind of like an electric car making a fake exhaust noise, but I quickly became obsessed with it. So here's how to do it. In the settings, scroll down to sounds and vibration, then turn on ticking, and if you want an hourly sound, turn on hourly chime as well. But don't worry about the ticking sound bothering you at night. First of all, it only works if the watch face supports it, like this watch face, and it won't work if the display is off. But if you really like a sensory feedback, you can also turn on touch interactions to hear a sound when you touch something. And if you're the opposite person and don't want any annoying notifications and sounds, here's how to manage notifications the right way. Go to the settings, then again sounds and vibration, the notification sound at the bottom. Now you can change it to something else, change its volume, or completely silence it. Then go back and this time go to notification vibration, and now either change it to something that's less triggering or the silent option. You can also go back again and tap vibration and change the vibration intensity to light, but this isn't all you can do here. If you go back to the settings and go to notifications, in the app notifications, you can customize which apps can send you notifications. And if you go one step back in the advanced settings, you can turn off show with details, This way the notifications will become less in your face. Now, some people like animations, some people for whatever reason don't. Maybe they're annoying, or maybe they're just slowing down after some time and they're jittery. So let's see what we can do about it here. I want to show you a couple tricks. In the settings, find accessibility, then vision enhancements, then turn on reduce animations. So that's one way of easing up on the animations. The second way is more advanced. So in the settings, go to About Watch, then Software Information, then tap Software Version 5 times. Then go back to the settings and you'll see a developer option. Now if you scroll down, you'll see Window Animation Scale, Transition Animation Scale, and Animator Duration Scale. If you use the first option, then all these three would be off. Otherwise, they'll be on 1x. But these three will allow you to fine-tune animations in every way possible. So you can play around and see what happens when you change either of these values. But try not to touch anything else in the developer options menu, because you might inadvertently damage your watch. By the way, consider subscribing and sharing this video, and since this video isn't sponsored, it would mean a lot if you could click the thanks button or become a Patreon supporter. If you're going away and want your watch to last as long as possible, without caring about GPS tracking or health features, you can switch the Watch Ultra to watch only mode. In the settings, go to battery, and at the bottom you can turn on watch only. This turns it into a digital watch that can last for many days, possibly even close to a month. Many of you, like me, wear your watch during strength training at the gym. Surprisingly, Samsung doesn't have a program that can track an entire session. Instead, it has specific exercises that require you to constantly start and stop an activity. Plus, there are only a limited number of exercises available. Here's a trick to sort of fix this issue and how I track my workouts. From the activities, go to More, then look at these shortcuts and see which activities you typically don't do. Then you can tap and hold and select Hide, so it won't show them anymore. Then tap Add and create a new exercise, rename it to Strength, and from Data to Record, choose Sets and Reps. Make sure the category is General and save it. Now you can easily start a strength training activity from here. Stay tuned for an upcoming video about this too. Now the Galaxy Watch Ultra is obviously water resistant, but since it has a touch screen, contacting with water can trigger a touch. So whether you want to take a shower or swim with the watch, always remember to turn on the water lock. It only takes a second. Swipe down and from the quick settings, tap the water drop icon. When you're done, first unstrap the watch, then press and hold this button for 2 seconds, then shake it for a couple of seconds at the same time to eject the water. So in this next step, I want to talk about modes, which is a feature that is easy to miss or use the right way. So if you swipe down and tap this mode icon, which is a shortcut for modes, you'll probably either see just sleep or that and a couple more. But maybe you don't have this relax or other modes. So if you go to the settings, then modes, then first of all, make sure the sync modes with phone is turned on. Then tap any of the modes you'd like to set up, and then tap Set on Phone. Then you can continue on your phone and customize it however you like. So in the first option, you can decide the duration of that mode. You can even make it turn on automatically based on different conditions. But you can do other automation actions here as well. Plus, you can even change your watch face for as long as that specific mode is on. But if you don't see any other watch faces besides your current watch face, then you gotta first add a watch face on your watch, then it'll be available on the phone to choose. This feature has nothing to do with Samsung Health, and it's a feature of your Galaxy phone. Now you have your modes available on your watch as well. Now anyone can turn on this next feature I'm going to share, but it's especially helpful for the elderly and can even be a lifesaver. From settings, go to Safety and Emergency, then turn on Hard Fall Detection. To prevent accidental calls, you can enable Require Swipe to Call. However, I don't recommend it because it's better to accidentally call the emergency center than miss it when you need it. So don't be afraid to use it. There's a countdown you can customize and you can change the emergency number. There are two very important things here that I'd like to share with you about when to detect falls. The first option is during workouts and the other one, always. If you're younger, you can set it to only during workouts. Otherwise, I'd recommend setting it to always. Lastly, you can send an SOS message that includes your location to your emergency contact like a family member. The Galaxy Watch Ultra can auto-detect many activities after 10 minutes of continuous movement. If you want to turn off this feature or customize it, go to Settings, then Health, and then Activities to detect. For example, the GPS tracking is off by default, but you can turn it on for all walking activities detected by the watch. If you're annoyed by constant notifications, you can swipe down and turn off the alert. This way, you won't even know it started tracking an activity and it won't bother you anymore. And I know that the inactivity alerts can also sometimes be annoying. So here's how to get rid of them. In the Health menu, swipe down and either turn off the inactive time or change the inactive time to a shorter period of time during the day. So you would only get notifications during these hours. Now I want to show you how to broadcast your heart rate to other equipment. From the Health menu, scroll down to Share Data with Devices and Services, then select Exercise Machines, turn on Heart Rate, and for more detailed calculations, turn on the second optional switch. If you think that was hard to find in the menus, I agree. There isn't a direct shortcut, but you can speed it up by adding it to a knock-knock gesture shortcut. First, go to Settings, find Buttons and Gestures, scroll down and turn on the knock-knock option. Select Health and try it. Now you just need to scroll down and turn it on. It's a bit faster. You can also customize other shortcuts here. For example, I like to add a shortcut to my Home button. As another example, the shortcut for the Action button is a single press, but if you prefer a safer option, you can change it to a double press. Now let's talk about gestures, a cool feature that lets you use your watch without touching it. The standard one is the double pinch from the same menu as before. It's useful for accepting calls, removing alerts, opening apps, controlling music, and taking photos. There's also a more advanced version called Universal Gestures, which you can find under the Accessibility menu in the Interaction and Dexterity option. Turn it on and see how you can activate it, for example, by making a fist to navigate and select things. This is actually pretty cool. There are details about your sleep score that you can only access from the app. For example, if you go to your sleep page and tap Sleep Score, you can see how your sleep compares to the average sleep score of people in your age group. Now in this tape, I want to show you how to enable and customize snore detection. So on the app, go to the sleep page, then tap the three dots, then Advanced Measurement, then Snore Detection. Turn it on and choose Always, then turn on Record Audio and select the time when to delete the recorded audio. Then make sure you put the phone near yourself at night with the mic towards you. Alright guys, have fun with your new watch. Share this video and I'll see you in the next one.